Good morning, grade 6. How are you all today? Hope you are doing well. So, we will continue the same lesson, animal behavior. That's lesson 6. And today it's Wednesday, 18th March. So, let us start our lesson and quickly just brainstorm what we have done in our last class or last lesson yesterday. So here we learned about stimulus. We learned about stimulus, innate behavior, learned behavior. These were the three vocabulary terms we have covered, and today we will cover territory, migration, hibernation, and estivation. So, and you know the objective of the lesson, that you will be able to describe some behaviors that help animals to survive and reproduce. So, stimulus is an information that causes a reaction or change in an organism. You must know the external and internal stimulus, and you learned about innate behaviors that develop without depending or learning. That's like by nature or by genes. And the learned behaviors, it's by parenting or by your friends, by people around you, by looking at things in the environment. You actually learn by observing the actions of other animals. Okay. If I'm talking about animals, the animals, they learn by observing the action of other animals. And this is what we have learned in our last class. And today we will start with what behavior help animals survive. So actually the main objective of the lesson is what behaviors help them to survive and what behaviors help them to reproduce. So the first part of my lesson, I will explain you that what behaviors help animal to survive. Okay? So to survive, animals need food and water. Of course, you all know we all need food and water. And we must avoid danger. Animal needs to avoid danger. Is every animal so confident enough or so powerful enough to fight with every animal? No. So there are two things. Either they will fight for it, or they will run away. That's flight. That's why I call it as fight, or I call it as flight. Either they stand on the ground, defend their position, attack, or they give way, retreat, discard, remove yourself, give up, move on. Okay. So now, again, to survive, animals need food and water and must be able to avoid danger. Behaviors used to find food are called foraging behaviors. They're called as foraging behaviors. All animals need food to survive. Getting enough food can take a lot of time. What does this mean here, girls? Getting enough food can take a lot of time. For us, it's not that tough. It's very easy. We are just preparing food and, we can eat it in an hour and two, or we just go by outside and eat. But how about animals? Is the food ready for them? No, they are in search of food. And they take a long time. Most of them, they take a lot of time. So let me show you something here. When I show you this, what is this, girls? You will say me it's a panda bear. Okay, panda bear, right? What is it eating? What is this? Panda bear is eating a bamboo stick. This bamboo stick doesn't give him a lot of energy. One bamboo stick is not enough for him to get energy. He has to collect lots and lots of bamboo sticks to collect and to eat. So it takes long time. That's why we are saying here that getting enough food can take long time. Now, animals that eat plants must find and identify the right plants. Again, it have to search plants and they have to identify what plants they need, the right plants. The predators are animal. I am sure you all know about predators and prey. So predators are animals that eat other animals and they are called as prey. Now, animals that eat plants must identify the right plants, right? So getting enough food can take a long time here. Example, what did I say? You giant pandas, they need to spend about 14 hours. So this panda, it needs 14 hours. Imagine, girls, come on. 14 hours a day. It has to spend 14 hours a day, almost like, we can say 3/4 of the day. They eating bamboo. Now there's one more example. I did not give a picture here. Squirrels, because you know squirrels, they bury food to store it for eating a later time when food is hard to find. So even they take a long time. It collects for a long time, and then for later they just save it. Now, coming to the predators and prey. Predators are animals that eat other individuals, and they are called as prey. What to have predators? Predators have different strategies to capture their prey. They have different strategies to capture their prey. So here, most of them okay, good. So can you see a panda here? Okay, so I told you about the panda and the bamboos. Can you see an alligator here? Do anyone know which kind of alligator is this? Okay, so this is an alligator snapping turtle. It's called as alligator snapping turtle. It has a pink worm-like lure in its mouth. Okay, so what does it do? It waits with its mouth open to lure fish to the worm. And when a fish comes close, the alligator turtle snaps it. So it takes longer time again. So this is how they are finding their food. Now coming to our next topic here, that to help animals to survive, we must learn about the word territory. What's a territory? A territory is an area occupied by a group or an individual. You can recall about a group of people or a group of community or a group of members. They are protecting themselves and not allowing the other one to harm them. Similarly, animals, they make a group so that they don't allow the other group of animals to come and harm them. Many animals must protect mates, offsprings, or resources. They are actually helping the other animals or helping their offsprings or helping their mates. They're protecting them and they're making a territory. So while making the territory, they have special features, either by singing or by or by releasing some chemicals that the other animals, they don't like the smell or they taste it and they run away. So marking a territory signals other of the same species not to enter the area. Example, mammals, they rub the bark from the trees and they rub the bark and keep it around so that the other animals don't attack them or release chemical signals to mark their territory. Now, example, or spider build webs to trap their prey. They build a web so that the other prey does not come and attack them. When an insect hits the web, the spider moves quickly to find its meal. Now here mammals rub the bark from the trees or release chemical signals, as I have told you earlier. Now they have given you an example of cheetahs. They have a territory, which means they need to mark a territory. They do so by leaving a scent on trees. I'm sure you don't know about it. It's so peculiar. that they actually leave a scent on trees which don't allow them to other animals, which allow the other animals not to enter into their territory. Okay, so now here we have studied about the marking territories, and next we will study about how do they help them to survive. So many animals must defend their foods, mates, and offspring from competition. Animals will fight to defend resources, as I've shown you, fight and flight, which can be dangerous for both the winners and the losers, because fighting is not that always it harms only the one person. It can harm both winners and the losers. And common strategy to avoid fighting is trying to look bigger. What does this mean, trying to look bigger? It means, like example, I'll show you this. Okay, normally it doesn't have that bulgy thingy. Do you see this bulgy thingy? What do? They puff out. This is a puff. They puff out their colorful throat flaps. It's a flap. It's called as dewlap. Why? They think that when I do this, I can threaten the other males. Do you understand this? A common strategy to avoid fighting is trying to look bigger. They think that looking bigger can convince the competition to give up. And yes, it does. For animals, it really do. Okay, so this was the first part what we have learned today. And by the end of this part, I can just say that some animals change the color to blend into the environment. Some animals release toxic chemicals. And some animals trick their predators by appearing too big to eat, as I have shown you in the other one. So this was the part to show how animals change their behavior to survive. In my next part, I will explain you how they behave to reproduce. Okay?